How's it going, guys? Shape here and welcome to the channel. This video is going to cover what I have found to be the most reliable farms for gold in patch 8.3. These farms aren't in any particular order, as depending on your class and professions, these methods could differ for you. I always suggest you stick with the farm that works best for you and your server and will net you the most profit. So with that said, let's hop into it and find out what those methods are. Be sure to turn on your notifications, make sure you have that bell rung, and drop a like so you don't miss any of my future content. If you have any questions, drop a comment or tweet at me. Also, be sure to drop a comment on what your go-to farm for gold is right now. The first method I'm going to cover is the Volatile Water and Fire farms. Both of these farms are needed for the Violet Sands Mount, and in recent weeks the demand has gone up greatly for them. The best place to farm the Volatile Water is going to be in the Twilight Highlands. You're going to be targeting these muddied watered elementals, and they have a chance to drop the Volatile Waters. This is a fairly popular spot, and you're going to see a player or two here with you. It isn't too much of a bother though, because these mobs spawn super fast and the area is pretty spread out, so you usually just stay in your route and everything is fine. Once you start getting the hang of this farm, you're going to be starting making a hefty profit. I'm able to farm around 300 Volatile Waters in an hour. They're selling anywhere on my auction house from 23 to 25 gold per volatile. So this farm will net you around 7,500 gold per hour. The Volatile Fire is a similar gold per hour, and you're going to be doing this one in Mount Hyjal. You're going to be targeting the Flame Ascendants for a chance to drop the Volatile Fires. I have found there to be a lot less competition out here, so you'll most likely have free reign of this place. These mobs also spawn super fast, so feel free to go as fast as you can to get the most Volatile Fires. Now you might be saying that this isn't really too much gold per hour, and you're right, it isn't the best, but this stuff sells extremely fast and it is well worth taking a hit in your gold per hour instead of wasting time reposting or letting items sit in your bags. Also, if you have the Violet Sands Mount recipe, then you're most likely doing this farm anyway, and if you aren't and are an alchemist, you should definitely look into doing this. This is the time in the expansion where players are leveling or gearing their alts for the next expansion, and their friends are helping them out, aka flying them around to places if they don't have the flying for that zone. I personally have not been posting the materials on the auction house and have instead been using them to sell a ton of the Violet Sands mounts. I have sold 5 Violet Sands mounts in the last week, and I'm constantly having to go back out and farm more of these materials. I usually try to have one of these on the auction house and one in reserve so I can immediately post the other one after the first auction is sold. I am now having to keep a third in reserve just in case the first two sell a lot quicker than anticipated. Another method that gets forgotten about till the newer content comes along is the Whiptail Farm in Oldham. These still sell great on the auction house at 10 to 12 gold per on my server. With this farm, you're also going to be getting some Cinderbloom and Volatile Life. The Cinderbloom is selling for around 8 to 10 gold per on my server, and the Volatile Life is selling for around 20 gold. Now, why are these old mats selling so much? If you guess they are materials that are used in the Violet Sands Mount, then you guessed right. I'm telling you guys, now is the time to double down on these types of farms because these materials are really going like hotcakes right now. This method can also be combined with mining pyrite if you have herbing and mining on the same character. This is going to net you more gold, as the farming route is pretty similar for both. Here's the route I personally use, and it's been working really great. The pyrite ore is currently selling for around 55 to 60 gold per on my server. This next method I have covered in another video, but I think it's too good not to mention, and has been one of my go-to farms in the current patch. Farming the Thundermaw packs in the Vale of Eternal Blossom is the most reliable skinning farm I have found currently in 8.3. You can farm almost 30,000 gold per hour for as many hours as you want to go. This stuff has really been selling as soon as you put it on the auction house lately. You will be targeting the Thundermaw packs and pulling as many as you can to kill together. To make this farm the most successful it can be, you want to make sure you have a max level character that is fairly geared and has rank 3 Dredge Leather and Bone Picking. The more gear you have, the better you're going to be able to do this and stay on top of the spawn timers. I would highly recommend having a mobile character that does good AoE damage, such as the Demon Hunter that I'm using. The Dredge Leather you are farming here is one of the items that you're going to want to hold on to and not sell unless it's above your minimum requirements. This stuff has really been bouncing around the auction house lately, and I've seen it as high as 20 gold per, which is what you really want to be selling it at when stockpiling it and then just post. I sold around 5,000 Dredge Leather at 20 gold per recently, and man did that feel good. However, I have also seen it as low as 4 gold per. This is when you want to be holding onto the leather in your bags, your bank, whatever it is until you see the price go back up. Questionable Meat is another item that goes up and down in price a lot, but tends to average around 15 to 16 gold on my server. Again, people will drive this price way down, but we can always count on other players that are flipping these items to buy these out and reset the market. So on both of these items, just hold steady for a few days and let the market correct itself. The Bloodstained Bones are the most consistent item in this farm, and they stay around 6 to 7 gold per majority of the time. Now if you're saying this farm isn't worth it on your server and the prices are always low and never come back up, I have a great alternate skinning farm for you. The Untitled dungeon clear can be done in as little as 20 minutes if you have a geared character and you're using the Dark Moon Firewater Potion. This works the best if you also have a leatherworking character to make the fist weapons to vendor. In that 20-minute lockout window, you're going to be able to get enough materials to make around 130 fist weapons. That means in 1 hour of farming, you will be able to profit on the low end 15,000 gold, and if your character can really push it and you get a little lucky, you can have upwards of 20,000 gold per hour. If you don't have leatherworking, you can still sell the materials on the auction house, but you're not going to be able to profit as much. If you guys want to learn more about this method, I have a video on the best dungeon farms right now and you can check it out here. The last method that we're going to cover, you're going to head over to the Tiergarde Sound and collect some anchorweed. Now as you guys know, anchorweed has a random chance to spawn on any herb node, and my favorite spot to get these is using this route here. On this route, you're also going to be getting a lot of other BFA herbs, including riverbud, star moths, siren's pollen, and sea stalk. All of these are selling for around 4 to 5 gold per on my server. Another area that a lot of players have seen anchorweed spawn relatively quickly is in Vol'dun. Here's a map of the route you should be using in Vol'dun to farm the anchorweed. I personally prefer Tiergarde Sound over Vol'dun because you're already getting a lot of other BFA herbs that sell better than the ones you get out of Vol'dun. If for some reason you are having a hard time in Tiergarde, then Vol'dun is another option for you. On the low end, anchorweed has been selling for around 50 gold per on my server, and on the high end around 70 to 75. Even selling it on the low end, you should be able to average around 7,000 gold, and on the high end around 10,000 gold per hour. This isn't selling as fast as the volatiles right now, but it is still an extremely reliable method to have on the auction house right now. Well, there you have it guys, the most reliable gold farms right now in patch 8.3. I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to let me know any other gold farms you're currently doing that are successful. Please drop a like if you enjoyed the video to show some love for the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.